Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and thank you for finding your time on a Monday morning. And we've heard some great news from Victoria. So congratulations, you will be able to open soon. That's great news. And that means that you're going to be very busy over Christmas time. And talking about Christmas, this year we have our traditional GERnétic duo packs as every year. So Danielle decided to talk about some of the products from those duo sets. So over to you, Danielle.
Good morning, everyone. Hang on one second, let's share my presentation here. Yes, so the Christmas duos are out now. You can back order them. There we go. So Jemima did a great presentation on the Synchro and Cytobi. Today, I'm going to talk about Vasco and Myo Myoso, and then next month on the 16th, we will be doing Immuno and Nuclear, just to finish that up, just to give everyone just a little reminder about these products so we can get a bit of a refresher on them. So we're going to start with Vasco, and again, as usual, we're going to make this nice and short, 15 minutes just to recap on these products. So we're going to start with looking at Vasco and who we will be looking at retailing Vasco to. So Vasco is for clients with cuperose or broken capillaries, clients with diffuse redness, skin with visible veins and capillaries due to a lack of microcirculation, clients suffering with those dull and lifeless skins, and this is not necessarily something we associate with Vasco, but those clients that have those dull, lifeless skins, Vasco is excellent for. That poor lymphatic and blood flow. When we're getting pooling and puffiness around the eyes, Vasco is excellent as well. Those sensitive to external conditions, so heating or air conditioning, where they're getting the flushing. Who's it not for? Now, it is not recommended for active rosacea. When there's a lot of inflammation there, Vasco is not an ideal product. So not recommended on acne-prone skin and those with inflammation. We'll look at what we can do for rosacea. I'm just going to have a look at the different conditions that we've just gone through there. So when we're looking at cuperose, I put an image here. Cuperose is generally visible around the center of the face. It causes a red nose that butterflies out across the cheeks. Cuperose is recognized for patches of facial redness with visible red expanded blood vessels. It's common in clients with those fine or delicate skins. We can often see the capillary structure a lot more. Normally with increased blood flow, capillaries dilate to reduce heat and then constrict to return to normal. This is not what's happening in somebody with vascular issues. So however, with cuperose, the capillary walls are too weak to contract as normal, resulting in persistent redness or flushing of the skin. This is where Vasco comes in really, really handy. So the treatment aim with somebody with cuperose is strengthening the capillary walls to lessen their appearance below the skin surface. And Vasco treats this really well, and it can be applied in localized areas, and we'll go through that a little bit later. So with rosacea, and I put a couple of images here of really inflamed rosacea. So rosacea is generally an inflammatory condition where the sebaceous glands can become clogged. Rosacea is recognized by facial flushing, often with raised and visible papules. Rosacea can present over the entire face, the nose, chin, forehead, etc. Now, rosacea is a big subject, and we're not going to go into it now, but really with rosacea, if you go back through the presentation that Jemima did on the Synchro and the Cytobi, Cytobi is really your best option for treating rosacea to take that inflammation down. Our treatment aim with rosacea is to calm and soothe inflamed skin. It's also to rebuild that barrier, which is why Cytobi works so well. So Cytobi treats as well. Apply Cytobi morning and evening for rosacea. We do recommend our GERnétic as well. Our GERnétic mask is excellent for rosacea. Once some of that inflammation has gone down, if the redness is there and want to strengthen the capillary structure, take that inflammation down, rebuild the barrier, then we can introduce Vasco once the inflammation subsides. Now, with these dull skins, I've found some pictures here, and we recognize these clients. It almost looks as if they just need a bit of a slap in the face just to increase that blood flow. Vasco works incredibly well on these clients. So we're talking dull skins here. Dull skins lack luster and they appear almost grey in appearance because of this lack of blood flow and capillary structure. They're lacking a healthy blood flow and blood vessels, and this leads to a lack of nutrient uptake. If we haven't got that healthy capillary structure, then we're not getting the nutrition to the basal cells, and those those cells aren't healthy. By introducing Vasco, we can increase that capillary structure and we can get that nutrition and the blood flow and that glow back into the skin. So with dull skin, we're looking at smokers, menopause, our capillary structure will reduce and we can get a dull appearance through menopause. When we're unwell or the client's sick, we're getting that sort of dullness and lack of glow to the skin. We know that an unhealthy diet and a bad lifestyle is going to affect the health and vascularity in the skin, and also lack of sleep. So with dull skins, what our treatment aim is here to increase blood flow and lymphatic flow. Vasco treats this really well, and we can apply the Vasco all over for this. Now, not often associated with Vasco, but please don't forget it, is treating this pooling and the dark circles under the eyes. So dark circles, puffiness around the eyes, fluid retention, poor lymphatic flow. The treatment aim here is to increase blood flow and lymphatic flow. So there's a couple of ways. We can just apply Vasco around the eyes and Synchro over the top of it, or you can actually mix your Vasco with Synchro and they can massage around the eyes, just massaging out. And you can show them just by doing that massage at home, they're going to increase that vascularity, they're going to increase the lymphatic flow and help drain some of that pooling around the eyes. Now, in the case of aging, so where we're talking about a loss of elasticity, Vasco isn't necessarily a best option. What I would suggest there is your GERlift or your lift cream when we're looking at loss of elasticity. But when we've got this pooling from poor lymphatic flow, Vasco gives a great result. Eye mask is excellent for both of these conditions, the lines, the aging, and the pooling around the eyes. Let's have a look at some of the ingredients of Vasco. Now we're going to look at photostimulants, and photostimulants are in Vasco and they're also in Myo Myoso, but from different plants. So photostimulants are actually created in a laboratory, and what we mean by this is what they do is they take the plants in the laboratory, and what they do is they put those plants under stress. So they give them too much light or too much heat, or they put them in the cold. So it puts those plants in a stressful condition. These conditions encourage the synthesis of the plant's stress survival molecules, which are known as photostimulants. So it's a plant version of an antihistamine. So what we're using here is these plants here, and we're putting them in those very stressful conditions, and then they're producing these photostimulants. So we've got chamomile, St. John's wort, coltsfoot, sage, hibiscus flower, and mallow. The result of these photostimulants on the skin is they're decongesting, they're soothing, anti-inflammatory, healing, and they can have antiseptic properties as well. So that is in your Vasco. We've also got our amino acid glycine in here, which is antioxidant and improves the skin elasticity. Your niacinamide is in here, your vitamin B3, and we know that B3 is really good at strengthening the skin barrier and those capillary walls. We've got vitamin E, which is antioxidant, and some beautiful sweet almond oil in here to work on the skin barrier. So the benefits of Vasco, we have different benefits depending on what we're treating. So to reduce redness and strengthen the capillary wall, we're going to apply locally, and Vasco treats cuprose and diffuse redness by strengthening the capillary walls. It's also going to bring radiance in the case of those dull skins. We apply it all over to improve that microcirculation, the blood flow, and increase the uptake of nutrition to those cells and bring vitality back. To brighten and decongest the eye area, you can mix it with Synchro or apply it alone around the eye area. It's going to improve microcirculation and help to decongest and brighten the eye area. How do we use it at home? For cuprose, diffuse redness, blotchiness, you apply in the morning and the evening. You're going to take a small amount and just pat it until it's absorbed into the skin. So just pat it where you've got that redness, the diffuse redness or those broken capillaries, until it's completely absorbed, and then follow with Synchro cream. For a dull or lifeless skin, you can be quite generous with your application of the Vasco, and you can apply it morning and evening over the face, the neck, and around the eyes. And you massage that in slowly, and then you press your Synchro cream over the top of that. For puffiness and dark circles, you can apply around the eyes and then follow with Synchro, or as I just suggested, you can mix the Vasco and the Synchro and massage that around the eyes. In a salon treatment for diffuse redness and cuprose skins, we do suggest you use your Venulose Special first. Venulose is rich in that vitamin B3, and that really helps to strengthen those capillary walls as well. And then followed by Vasco by patting that into the area. You can then, if you're customizing the treatment and you're wanting to treat aging, or you can use your chosen treatment cream over that. And I've just put GERlift there as an example in the treatment, and then you can follow with Synchro. For dull skins, apply generously all over the face, neck, and around the eyes. Follow with your chosen treatment cream. So again, you could use GERnétic, you could use Myo Myoso over the top, and then your synchro for your massage. Tip, just to be aware with Vasco, and those of you that have used it before, those clients with that diffuse redness, they will feel a tingle or a warming sensation when you apply. You can get quite a reaction to it. The skin's not responding negatively, it's just that increase in blood flow and microcirculation. So that is our Vasco, and we're going to move now on to our Myo Myoso. So who's Myo Myoso for? It's clients from their mid-20s. Often we consider, 30s, 40s, but you're actually with Myo Myoso better to start earlier and work on prevention. Clients wishing to maintain firmness of the skin and maintain the muscle tone. Myo Myoso is working primarily on the muscles, and we'll look at that in a minute. Those wishing to firm and tone around the eyes and the brow, it helps to lift around the eye. Those wishing to maintain a youthful jawline and neck, and those who are losing muscle tone and want to prevent further loss of firmness. So I've got this image here because I remember when I was very first talking to Frank about this, he called it the Anti-Bulldog Cream. So you can see I've got a picture of a bulldog down here and this man here I found. When we look at this, we know what we're looking at as far as treatment. It is that loss of muscle tone. So it's often known to me in my head as the Anti-Bulldog Cream, and that's who we're giving this to. That's our target client, those clients wishing to maintain that muscle. Myo Myoso works on strengthening and maintaining the muscles of the face. So we're going to look at why Myo Myoso is called Myo Myoso. So let's look at one of the actions it's having. The muscles of the facial expression are located in the subcutaneous layer. As we age, these facial muscles begin to deteriorate and they lose their strength and elasticity. So Myo Myoso focuses on a protein called myosin. That's where the name comes from, Myo Myoso, myosin. Myosins are a superfamily of motor proteins best known for their role in muscle contraction. So myosin helps to contract the muscle and create ATP. Aging reduces the synthesis of this molecule, so we're getting less myosins as we age. So as we age, there is a loss of muscle tone and strength, in turn because of this reduction in this protein. So what Myo Myoso is doing is it's creating more of this myosin. So myosin is the molecular motor protein in skeletal muscle that converts chemical energy into mechanical work, so causing that muscle contraction. In aged muscles, a reduction in the number of myosin heads, and therefore there are fewer myosin actin interactions. These are the two proteins that are working together and capable of generating this force and that muscle contraction. So less of that myosin leads to a loss of muscle tone. So Myo Myoso provides the nutritional elements that are essential for your myosin production. So these ingredients here, we talked about the photostimulants in Vasco, and we've got them again, but from different plants. So as I said, these plants are put in a laboratory condition and they're put under stress. So we've got witch hazel, hops, and wheat germ in these photostimulants here. They have nutritive benefits. They stimulate the production of collagen, and they will also increase the hyaluronic acid in the skin. Your amino acids in here are cysteine, methionine, ornithine, and leucine. They have an antioxidant action and they improve skin elasticity, and they increase that myosin production. We also have a soluble marine collagen in there, which is hydrating and plumping. Your vitamins A, B, C, your vitamin H, which is known as biotin, which is soothing and antioxidant. We've got beautiful avocado oil, which is helping to increase your essential fatty acids, helping with the cell membrane. A pentapeptide, remember your peptides are a chain of amino acid, and this peptide here is a stimulator for collagen 1 production, so it increases collagen production in the skin. So the benefits of Myo Myoso, it helps with muscle contraction with that myosin, helps to maintain skin firmness, it has a tightening effect at a deeper level long term, it has an instant film forming effect, and you'll find when you put Myo Myoso on that it works on the surface of the skin to give you an instant lift. It brings nutrition to the muscle. It rebuilds and strengthens the muscles, stimulating fibroblast synthesis. It improves skin tone. It promotes a tightening of the subcutaneous muscles because of that myosin increase. It's nutritive. It promotes a better elasticity of the connective tissues. And on the surface, it's soothing and smoothing. So Dr. Laporte's advice here, always use Myo Myoso with your synchro or Sotavi. You must follow with either synchro or Sotavi with this. And obviously if you're buying the duo with Myo Myoso and synchro, you've got that synchro there ready to use. So how to use at home? It is recommended that Myo Myoso is applied first onto the skin and followed by other genetic treatment creams, and always synchro or Sotavi. Apply to the entire surface of the face and neck by light strokes, focusing on any wrinkles, particularly around the eyes where we're losing firmness, the neck and the jawline. So in the salon, we use Vasco, around half a teaspoon. As I said, you can be, a little bit generous, and you can really customize where you're applying this, focusing where the client needs it. So the eyelids, the neck and the jawline. And then you can follow with a treatment cream like your GERlift over the top. And then we would always use your Synchro Regenerative cream to do your massage. So that's our Myo Myoso and our Vasco. As I said, the promotion for the Xmas Duos begins officially in November, but we do have the packs available now. If you want to ring up, you can put these on back order. Don't forget, they do sell out incredibly quickly. So everyone's waiting for these. So if you do want them, just give the office a ring and just put in an order. You have had all the information sent out to you, I think. So a rounded costing there, but as I said, next month on the 16th, we will go through the immuno and the nuclear just to finish up there. So you've had a refresher on all of those products. But that's it for me, unless anyone's got any questions. You can always follow up with myself or Jemima after the presentation if you've got any questions regarding anything I've said as well. Thank you.